Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Motion Picture Musings. It is October again, so we are watching spooky things. I'm Oremaster 101.
I'm Zerietti.
Uh, Other people, introduce yourselves.
Go
I
on,
don't
Beth.
introduce myself.
This is my movie, so I want to go live. Come on, go.
I don't introduce myself. You don't pay me enough. Where's my share?
None of us get shares because Nick owes me $40,000.
I do not owe you $40,000, goddammit.
It's space capitalism.
And I am Avery, and today we'll be discussing my pick for Halloween, which is the 1979 classic directed by Ridley Scott, Alien.
uh,
Well, actually, you see, there are multiple aliens because there's the petrified space jockeys. So it is in fact correct to put an S on the title.
And all of the eggs, yeah.
But yes, so the reason why Avery picked this as the first movie, the movie that we were watching, is because I've never seen Alien.
But you did see a rabbit version of it.
Yes.
I mean that, and this is legitimately just my favorite movie of all time. Period. So
Hey, look, Prometheus.
you shut the fuck up.
What are you telling me? Okay.
Remember, you cannot turn right or left. You must only run straight.
So Aura's never seen this. I've never seen it either, but like he said, he's only seen like Alien versus Predator or some shit. I've only seen Prometheus,
Oh no.
but it's not like I know nothing about Alien.
I detest that movie with such a passion.
I should also
They want to go.
They explained the mystery, and doing so ruins the mystery. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't even want to see Prometheus. I didn't even know what it was about when I saw it. It's just my family was going to see a movie. I was there too.
How many Aliens movies are in the Aliens franchise now?
The most recent one just retconned a bunch of shit, didn't it?
Yeah, there's the original quadrilogy. There's Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and there's another more recent one that I forget the name of.
Alien Romulus.
Romulus. Yeah, there you go.
I also
There's
don't want to.
also Alien versus Predator, and Alien versus Predator Requiem, and also Alien Earth.
Oh yeah, Alien Earth did just come out.
Apparently, Alien Earth apparently is good. Apparently, but in terms of the movies, everything after Resurrection, as far as I'm concerned, well, actually, everything after Alien 3 really is just not canon, as far as I'm concerned.
It's also the games in the board game.
But yeah, I should also preface that I wasn't 100% in the dark about like the Xenomorph and the Alien franchise in general. Like I've interacted with the franchise because I've watched people play Alien Isolation, as well as other things.
Participated in society.
Yeah, yes, I have participated in the goop. But yes, Avery, are you doing the explaining today, or am I going to be talking?
I could take over at least for some of it.
All right.
We start in the intro sequence, introducing the mining ship, the Nostromo, in which most of the film takes place. And we eventually, after getting through a quite lovely sequence going through various very nice 70s sci-fi sets, to the very iconic scene of the cryotubes opening and everyone waking up.
The hairy man and the various hairy men in their underwear.
But for those who hadn't seen the film, any thoughts?
I would say, honestly, the opening did build a lot of tension. Uh,
Oh, this movie is
Once
a
you stop talking.
kind of a masterclass in suspense.
yeah.
This movie.
Yeah, I like the set. I like seeing all little things like the coffee nook. I
Hmm.
guess. I'm like I said, I haven't seen this movie. The only most of the thing I've seen of this movie is the H Bomber guy video talking about VHS and how it moderately improved the movie by the lack of quality and things. And what was I gonna say? Uh, I've I have enough genre savviness about this. Like I could tell when things were coming, and I could clock them, and all those things made Dave or shit his pants.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. They were jump scares more or less for me. Like things that happen that Avery will talk about eventually, just kind of come out of nowhere, and it's like it did me a startle. But it also makes me really sad that it feels like sets are kind of a lost art now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, everything is just fucking green screen. Yeah.
We should watch. We should watch Dead. What the fuck is that movie called? Dead God, Old God,
Is it that?
Bad God.
Is it that stop
The stop
Yeah.
motion?
motion one. It's all set.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one either. So
Yeah. Any thoughts from you,
What's
Steph?
sex? I'll give you fucking sex.
I did see this a long time ago. It is pretty good, especially for like we tend
It's
to
kind of it.
think of it. Well, we think back on it like Aliens is like this whole big franchise with all this huge budget, and it's interesting to see like how a lot of it is. This was made without a lot of confidence in it to be like the first one. So it's pretty neat to see where it started.
Yeah. And from there, we kind of move on to the kind of breakfast and coffee scene where we get introduced to everyone from our
Eating the disgusting
MC,
food.
Ellen Ripley to Kane and Dallas, Parker, Brett, and Lambert.
I'm just going down the
Just
quick links.
sweatiest. She's just the sweatiest, bug-eyed most woman imaginable.
Oh, Ripley, you will spend the rest of this series being like, "Ho, don't do it." Oh my god, for the rest of the series.
Pretty
She's
much.
a portrait off of her face.
And we do. Oh, and Ash, of course. And we get a little bit of world building in a weird way that there's a bit of a labor dispute going on at the breakfast table.
Oh, but
With
no politics.
Parker
This
and
movie's
Brett.
apolitical.
With Parker and Brett complaining about the inequality of the share of the money was done.
Oh, so weirdly, okay, so this is gonna sound strange. I thought Brett and Parker were talking about like stock, like shares.
Okay,
Because
but stocks are still money.
yeah, I know there's still money. I know there's still money. Uh, but
Basically,
like,
from my understanding, being a fucking lord, is that after the ship, because they're a ship that is towing 40,000 tons of ore. And the idea of the shares is the share of the money they will get upon the ore's delivery.
gotcha.
Is the idea, at
Yeah.
least.
So the reason
From
why
what?
the reason why I was thinking like stock shares is because later on, like Parker was talking, like started talking to Ripley, like, hey, so like, why is it fair that like we get half of the shares and you get like a full, and it's like, what? because I believe stocks can be like distributed in like different like like you could do like half stocks or full stocks or I'm just talking out of my ass.
On
Yeah, you're
stocks.
talking out of your ass. That's not how stocks work.
Oh no, all my money! I put all my money in half stocks.
Yeah,
Well,
but
like
getting on from the little. Well, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say back in the day you could you could buy stocks for quarters. I guess I don't know.
Back in the 90s.
But getting on from that, and Parker remarking that for the Captain Dallas to at least let him finish his, because it's the only good thing about the ship. They move on to discover that rather than being kind of out the breaches of our solar system, that they are 10 months away. Because they've been diverted upon discovery of a distress signal of unknown origin.
Well, a signal they think is a distress signal.
Yes. And are a bit distressed at this, leading to further discussion of Parker and Brett being like, this ain't in my job description.
I ain't getting paid.
Which Ash points out that there is a sneaky clause in their contract that requires them to investigate such things, and if they don't comply, they will just lose all of the money they were supposed to get according to their contract.
Which
Leading them to
No
quickly
politics.
agree.
which honestly
No
is a
politics.
fucked up clause. Like imagine if you were like an adventurer in D&D and like you get done doing something but on the way back you encounter a cave and a clause in your like contract for adventuring is like, hey, you have to investigate every weird cave you come across on your way home from doing your mission or you don't get your what's the word? Your like reward.
Money.
Yeah, your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to think this company's not ethical.
No.
What's the name of the company again? I don't think they actually mention it in the movie.
It's in this movie. It's just the company. It hasn't got a name yet. But
Right.
in the future movies, it is the Wayland Yutani Corporation.
I remember reading about this before on a whim, and it's like, well, this is part of one of those things like in Blade Runner, how they put the Asian's name in the company to make it sound spooky and evil because Japan was buying up all of everything back then.
Yeah, that is part of it. Right? The 70s, I suppose. But yeah, and so Brett and Parker then end up agreeing, and they begin to make preparations to go to the source of the distress signal and land upon the planetoid, which is a moon called LV-6 in orbit around a gas giant.
I did sort of nod my head in an intellectual way when they talk about dropping the ship off the umbilicus. Ah, yes, the symbolism.
Actually, that was kind of my. That was I really like that part of the movie where it's just this whole we watched them like getting the shuttle ready to head on down to the moon. I thought it was super interesting just
It
seeing.
is. Yeah, it's all and like the landing sequence is all very tense
It's
because you get an idea of how shitty their technology is.
Yeah,
it's a lot of this movie. It's very deliberate in its pacing, and I personally quite like that. But eventually, go on.
Maybe the only weird thing I find about the ship or the shuttle is the lights on the bottom that just sort of look like Christmas lights.
Yeah, they did what they could
Yeah.
with their budget. It looks spacey.
I almost guarantee those were Christmas lights this time.
Before we get a little bit deeper, what is an executive officer versus a warrant officer?
One's above the other.
The executive officer is essentially the second officer would be the officer below that.
Ah, okay. Okay, I get that.
It's a simple thing. But then they do touch down, but do have some technical difficulties upon landing, which apparently are going to prevent them from taking off. With quite a little funny little bit of, oh, how long is it going to take to fix all this? Brett saying, oh, tell them 17 hours. And Parker goes, at least 25 hours.
With Scotty time.
Yep, I live by the Scotty rule. Always give them an overestimate. But upon Ash informing the rest of the crew that the site of interest, the origin of the signal, is only 2 kilometers away, Kane suggests that they in spacesuits to the location.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do that. I would have landed us, looked around, it's like, well, we've investigated it, and then just leave. But the movie has to happen.
Yeah, that, and I can probably kind of see the logic of, well, if there is a big discovery and we do good for the company, maybe we'll get a bit extra in our pockets. Could possibly be the motivation.
Definitely that.
But they get into the now iconic spacesuits and begin the walk with Lambert, Dallas, and Kane. With Lambert repeatedly remarking, I can't see a damn thing, because the wind is very intense and is kicking up quite a dust storm, so they really can't really see much. With Ash still on the shuttle with a video and audio communication link.
Are you telling me it wasn't snowing? That was Ash?
No, Ash was the guy monitoring everything.
God damn it.
Now, they did mention methane crystals, so I assume it was, like, a bit like snow.
But
Methane, no.
we gets to something more pivotal. Thoughts on this kind of little section?
Once I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I don't like Lambert.
You're not really supposed to be honest.
I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit further when we get to those parts in the movie. But, like, on one hand, I understand Lambert as a character, but on the other hand, she's just kind of annoying.
Absorbs all the emotions so that Ripley can be badass.
like
I said, she is just sort of the most bug-eyed, sweatiest motherfucker on the ship.
I don't remember if it was them landing the ship, but like Ripley is like, you know, trying to get it was earlier when they woke up. Ripley's trying to get a hold of tower control or whatever, and it's not patching through, and Lambert's like, it doesn't sound like anybody's answering, and Ripley's like, I know nobody's answering. And Lambert just seems really Lambert just seemed a little, like, snotty about it for some reason. I don't know why. But, those are my opinions.
Yeah, understandable. But then after their 2 kilometers in their spacesuits, they do eventually stumble across the lost or abandoned ship. We don't talk about the movie.
Avery, can I click on this? This picture?
No. Not quite yet.
Oh, okay. Whoops. That's spoilers.
They then find a way into the ship and begin investigating its halls, with again some very gorgeous set design
and phallic set design.
Yes. H.R. Geiger.
You can blame H.R. Geiger for that.
Yeah.
Fun fact about H.R. Geiger:
Penis.
his art which is very kind of psychosexual, as you can probably tell by all of his designs. But the inspiration for his art was in the 1970s. He had an encounter where he was being spit roasted by trans women while on LSD.
Okay.
And his art is
Holy
him
shit.
trying, and his art since then was him trying to recreate that experience.
That's fucking
My
based. My guy. Why can't I have what
Yeah.
H.R. Giger had? I mean, what?
But yeah, but that
You're
is
not-
It should have been me,
you're
not him.
brave enough.
just a little fun fact for you.
That was a really fun fact.
But then they explore the halls in the ship and eventually do stumble across.
Oh,
you
now
may reveal
now I can
now.
bump bump bump.
This also iconic shot of the long dead space jockey. Huge in what people
Why do they
assume.
call him a space jockey?
It's a literally a name that the fans in the 70s and 80s came up with, and it just kind of stuck. It's not like official.
Alright.
I remember when I was reading this wiki, all the interpretations of what they looked like from like old video games and shit, where they just sort of or like the comic prints where they just like interpreted the air hose as like a fucking trunk, like an elephant.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually, that's one of my biggest gripes with Prometheus, is that apparently, under all of this, they just look like a person that's grey. Apparently.
Just a big rugby playing white guy.
Apparently, this whole thing is like on the head is a helmet, and it's just like, oh, thank you, Ridley Scott.
Also,
Okay.
the reason why it's called the Space Jockey is because its chicken counterpart has not existed yet.
Shut up.
I mean, this is in the future, so it already existed and has been forgotten by history.
Damn, you're right.
But as I said, this huge, desiccated corpse, which they do note has been dead for a long time and does have a wound on their rib cage, which appears the bones were broken from the inside out. Foreshadowing. To which, shortly after having a little bit of a look, Kane discovers a hole that goes downwards and calls the other two over, and they get, like, I suppose, like a pulley system
Kane
set up and
has the
start.
parasite in his brain that cave divers have, which compels them to go down deep holes for no fucking reason.
And proceed to kind of lower him down. Steel cable, looks of it. Where he kind of eventually does come into an enormous chamber with a layer of mist settled at the bottom, with a bunch of what he describes as leathery objects.
My nuts.
He does, soon after getting down there, does stumble, causing the other two to worry about him for a moment, but he's, at least for now, alright. But this does cause him to get a little perhaps too close to the leathery objects, which he very quickly discovers there is something alive in them.
It's Godzilla.
Oh, don't fucking remind me.
And let me... Behold, a leathery object.
Also, another fun
Zilla.
Another fun fact for you. The prototype design for the eggs actually had 2 lips rather than 4.
Huh, I wonder
Okay, yeah,
why
I
they
get it.
changed
I get it.
And were much more vulva-like in the design.
Oh.
But obviously
Okay, I
for
was thinking-
ratings reasons,
Okay.
that ended up being changed.
Yeah, I was thinking when you said 2 lips, I was thinking more like one of those mouth flashlights.
Wrong kind of lips. But they ended up changing that because ratings. But it opens up. He decides to hover above it for some fucking reason.
Mhm.
And the first look at a xenomorph, the facehugger stage of its life cycle, bursts forth and latches to his helmet. And then we cut away to Ash and
That's a very quick
Ripley. Very quick cut, being a bit worse for wear because Ash has lost communication. But just before this, I did miss. Ripley does go to Ash. I think this is a warning, according to the mother's analysis. I should go let them know. But Ash replies that there's no point because by the time she gets there, they'll know. It cuts back to Lambert and Dallas dragging Kane's unconscious body back to the shuttle, where an argument proceeds about quarantine. Thoughts up to now?
Thoughts up to now. So, when I, how do I put this? I never understood how the facehugger, sorry, spoiler for the name of it. The facehugger got onto Kane's like
Oh my god, it's
face,
hugging my face!
through like the bunny video and stuff. But then I realized, oh, that thing like shot itself out of that egg with enough force to crack his
Well,
oh.
no.
Incorrect.
Well, no, it didn't. It didn't crack the
melted
helmet.
its way through.
Yeah.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
It melted its way through.
Oh, it melted its way through. Okay. That
With,
Yeah.
You see more of that in Prometheus.
You shut the fuck up!
You see more of that in Aliens.
There you go, better.
Oh, isn't Aliens the prequel to Prometheus?
And you see a lot of how the xenomorph's blood interacts with objects in the best of them all, Alien versus Predator and Alien versus Predator 2.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll show because the creature did appear. I mean, I guess spoilers for a future scene, but
Yeah, we're not there yet.
oh my gosh, ah!
But this leads to an argument about Dallas, the captain, ordering Ripley to let them in the ship, and she's like, fuck no, this isn't procedure, you could kill us all. Which, agreed.
Yeah.
But in the end, because it was a direct order, apparently, Ash takes it upon himself to let them in.
He seems morally dubious.
I wonder. And they do get Kane after that in the infirmary. And do proceed to
Basically,
get... God.
Basically, all they're doing is wearing masks, and the guys outside are saying, "Hey, why don't you freeze them?"
Which, yeah.
Yeah,
Which, to be fair, is a valid question.
Yeah, no, they have cryo like sleep technology, like freeze the guy, like
Yeah, these the movie does a good job at just showing off how incredibly unprepared and underqualified these people are to deal with this.
yeah.
The combination of that and showing that Ash's motivations might not be all good, because, at least to my mind, freezing him seems like a pretty reasonable suggestion.
Parker
You know?
Parker even states it like towards the like when they like wake up and stuff like, hey, why are we doing this? We're a mining ship. We're not really prepared. We're not prepared for a search and rescue like SOS signal situation. I think that's how the conversation went.
And eventually they get to cutting off the helmet, revealing. You may now show the image.
Well, what if I don't want it? I'm kidding.
Revealing the
But-
facehugger of gripped to Kane's face, with its tail coiled around his neck. And they do have a bit of a poke around with it to see if they can get it off, but they realize that if they try and pry, its grip only tightens.
The way the tail moves, I wasn't really expecting without. So I'm wondering how they did that. If they just like had somebody just off screen pulling on it.
I can tell you. I can tell you exactly. Because I obsess over this movie.
Avery was there doing it
There
themselves.
There is a fish wire kind of, string attached to the tip of the tail, and someone off screen is pulling it to cause the tail to tighten around his neck.
I know they did that at least twice, and I can't imagine. I imagined the thing had to like let off, and then it did it again because they can't, pull it any tighter than it was in the previous shot, or they'd be probably injured.
Yeah, but they realize, yeah. But as I said, they realize that if they try and prod it, its grip only tightens. So probably not a good idea to try and pull it off. They then put him in a futuristic scanner, which actually goes, okay, you can take your mask off. Personally, but
He's in the sciencey box. We're safe now.
but then revealing that apparently the creature is, while putting him in a coma and latching to him, is feeding oxygen to keep him alive.
That's not ominous.
Leading Ash to speculate whether or not trying to remove it would maybe kill him. But Dallas kind of overrules and goes, no, get the thing off. I will take responsibility if things go wrong. To which they go to make an incision on one of the creature's digits, revealing the xenomorph's iconic acidic blood, causing a bit of a panic because it begins to eat through multiple floors of the ship,
Until it
causing them to
I-
run down to chase it just because they were worried that it would continue going and eat through the hull.
Yeah, I assume it eventually just like ran out of acid to react, and that's the only
Yeah,
reason why it
pretty
stopped.
much. More or less, yeah. But then leading them to just decide, okay, let's just leave it because we can't cut it off, we can't pull it off. We're kind of stuck here.
And that's when you would freeze it.
Yeah, and that's when it probably would be a good idea to go with Parker and Brett's suggestion of why don't you just freeze him?
But you see, those two don't get full shares in the company, so their opinions aren't as valid, apparently.
I feel like something was
No.
going on between Brett and Parker. That's all I'm going to say for right now.
You would say that.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong to think that?
And which one?
Maybe.
Which one of those two are they? The engineers?
Yes. Brett.
Yeah, they're like maintenance guys, yeah.
Yeah, Brett is the
Well,
one.
I mean, they both work in the same space. Yeah, they're friends, Zora. That's what they have between them.
Yes. I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, but there's a few kind of small discussions in between of with Ripley kind of confronting Ash about why in the fuck he broke quarantine. He's a science officer. He should know better, etc., etc.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Ash was like, I'm just being a silly little guy, Ripley. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about the scene where he's Ash and Ripley are talking, right?
Yeah.
I did notice what Ash was drinking at the time.
Yeah. Foreshadowing, yep.
He's drinking milk.
Yeah, he was drinking a lot of milk.
But shortly after, there's a few other kind of smaller in-between scenes. I don't think anything particular of note happens, but good to keep the pace of the movie. Then eventually leading to Ash informing... Well, there is a brief scene also with Ripley confronting Dallas about why he's giving Ash so much leeway. And the answer to that is, I just drive the ship.
I'm
What
just
do you want from me?
I'm just the bitch who makes the biscuits.
But then leading to the message from Ash to Dallas that to come and have a look at Kane. Revealing that the creature has detached itself and has disappeared. Leading to some worries amongst the crew, which I think is understandable.
Yeah.
Leading to the three of them searching for some reason, dark. Don't know when I would turn the lights on, but maybe avoid scaring it. Having a very tense look around in the room. Eventually leading to the first of the big jump scares that scared the shit out of all. Go on, Beth.
I don't think it would be them trying to scare or anything. They might turning the lights on might alert it to the fact that they're looking for it or something.
Oh yeah, like I think they were what's the word? Operating under the impression that the creature was still alive and active, so that's why they weren't busting and like flipping the lights on to like look around, because if you flip on the lights and like there's a creature like trying to
turn off the lights.
like hide, as soon as you flip on the lights you spook. We aren't watching Doctor Who right now, goddamn.
But as that event leading to the first moment that made Aura shit himself.
Oh yeah.
It is the corpse of the facehugger falling on Ripley as she's searching for it.
To be fair, that made Ripley proud.
Believe this or not.
With Ash on his little dissection table later confirming that the creature is very much dead.
It was mostly just twitching and from reflexes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was also a funny part where like Dallas like gets down to comfort Ripley after being after the thing drops on her, and Ash is like touching it, and it like the reflex activates, and both Ripley and Dallas kind of jump back at seeing it move again.
Yeah. And that's another thing about Ash. He just doesn't react. I wonder why.
Curious.
I'm very intelligent.
But then leading to another argument where Ellen is like, okay, it's off of him and it's dead. Can we get rid of it now, please?
No,
just with the line of it bled acid. Who knows what it's gonna do when it's dead?
It's gonna blow up. and then you blow up.
I correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the face hugger is the all that it does is like get on your face and Actually, I won't say that part just yet, but you know what happens. I feel like out of all of its life, like cycles, the facehugger version is the least. I almost said problematic, but like you just don't get close to the egg, and you don't have to worry about the facehuggers. So, am I making
That's
Well,
sense?
yeah,
true.
but that requires you to have foreknowledge about knowing not to get next to the thing.
Oh, well, I had the foreknowledge to not stick my face near a mysterious egg. That is my foreknowledge.
Really, you don't stick your face near large, round, leathery objects?
No! At least not large, round, leathery objects that I don't know where they've been. Or if they are not attached to something or someone that I know.
Is they were having sex for?
But anyway, said the argument happens with Ash insisting, no, we must keep it and take it back for study. And Dallas being like, yeah, sure. Also annoying. A bit more time passes. And once again, Ash calls Dallas and the rest to join as Kane has awoken and is both thirsty and hungry.
Wasn't he also
And
dreaming about
doesn't
something?
really.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he also was asked what he remembers last, and he says, not much, but I remember having an awful dream about smothering.
Oh, me too, man.
Oh, if I might bring it up just real fast, Ash likes to get onto the PA and be like, Dallas, I need you here right now, and then Dallas being like, what do you need? What's going on? And Ash just being like, it's better if you just like, it's easier if you just came inside. And it's like, Ash, come the fuck on.
No, actually, the only thing I'm with Ash on, it'll be quicker for you to just come, rather than me explain it to you.
How hard is it to explain like Kane just woke up? It's 4 words.
Okay, but how do you explain that? How do you do that with any of the other things?
Dallas, come back to the laboratory. What's going on? The creature's gone. Oh, well, I guess.
The creature's gone. Everybody freak out.
Yeah. As I said that out loud, I realized, well, I probably don't want to announce that to the whole crew that the thing that was sitting on Kane's face is gone now. So maybe I should keep it on the down low to the best of my ability. Okay, Ash gets a point. I take it back. Sorry, Ash. You're cool now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that leans to Dallas going, okay, we can all go back to sleep now. But Kane insists, like, no, come on, we got to at least get one last meal before we go to sleep for 10 months, please.
I do like the line where Dallas said, "And I'm buying," because that seems to imply that they're
They have to
they have to
pay.
pay for these fucking meals.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Shit
It
ass
wouldn't
meals.
surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if provisions and lodgings are deducted out of their shares, to be honest.
Yeah.
God, that would I don't know how long they were on the ship, but that would probably rack up a whole lot of money. That's fucked up.
I think probably not a lot on the journey until that point, just because they were in cryosleep the whole time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But anyway, they begin to eat and kind of make merry and have a chat now. Everything at least seems to be okay. Leading to another one of the most iconic, parodied, homaged scenes in science fiction. With John Hurt acting his goddamn ass off.
Oh yeah, I suppose I should. Am I good to click on this picture?
Mm.
fucking flailing around, and they're all trying to hold him down and get him to bite down on something so he doesn't bite his tongue.
So this is
I
the
think they're actually trying to get his mouth open because they think he's choking.
Oh.
So this is something that I knew for trivia reasons, but I believe the rest of the actors didn't know this was going to happen.
Nope.
No, they didn't.
Nope. No. I'm okay. So I'm literally looking at TV tropes as we're talking about this video. That's literally an urban legend.
Oh, it's an
Like,
urban.
they knew it. They knew it was going to happen because they had read the script. They didn't know how it was going to happen.
Okay.
Most of my favorite parody of that is Spaceballs.
Yep.
Oh
About
no,
the
not
same.
again. Hello, my baby.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
If we're gonna talk about alien parodies with like the face huggers and chest bursters and stuff, my mind immediately goes back to the Jimmy Neutron episode where Jimmy and his friends are like exploring space and they come to an asteroid and Jimmy tasks Carl with gathering a sample, and a face hugger jumps on Carl's face, and Carl's ass ends up becoming pregnant. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I like.
Yes.
Okay.
It was one of the later Jimmy Neutron episodes.
The later seasons where things got weird with Jimmy Neutron.
This video is now retrospective about Jimmy Neutron.
To the first appearance of the chest burster.
I will say, it did seem a bit like I'm looking up the thing, and it did say nobody really attempted something like this before. It did seem a bit odd the way there's just like a blood squib, not like his whole fucking chest bursting open. But it basically blood squib, and then it cuts to this.
It's kind of what's the word? It's kind of it kind of invokes there's a specific fly that like it bites like it doesn't bite people, but like it bites a mammal and then implants its eggs into the flesh, and then bot flies, that's what they're called.
Bot fly.
Yeah. Or insert name of any fucking wasp that
It was inspired by parasitic wasps.
I was expecting a bit more chest bulging before it came to this.
Yeah, but it was effective. In the test screenings back in the 70s, it caused some to flee the theater.
God, I feel like everybody flees a fucking theater nowadays. I guess that's because we're all so desensitized now, and we weren't we were desensitized back then.
That's pretty much all it is, yeah.
I will be honest, if I never watched Alien beforehand and I saw this scene, I would have probably shit my pants and then left the theater.
You shit your pants at the cat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, which it then scurries away, leaving the crew in shock.
And Ash is just staring at it and lets it go.
Even though I will actually say
one guy from stabbing him.
I will say don't touch it is probably actually good advice in that moment, to be honest. Especially after last time he cut something related to it.
Oh yeah, because if Parker like stabbed it, then that thing would be bleeding all over the place. And the blood's acid, so
we just washed that floor. That floor's coming out of our pay.
So then, but I mean, before we move on, I suppose thoughts on this section.
I mean, it's an iconic scene. Uh, I wasn't really affected by it because I've seen it parodied. I've seen it be used in like people,
Homage.
yeah, homages. I've seen people use the clip in like like in their like little review shows and stuff. Uh, so yeah, I've seen it before. But like actually like seeing it and it's like like full length and like unedited and stuff. It yeah, it's I can see people being like freaked out by it.
Any thoughts from other two in the panel?
I saw the Matrix in theaters when I was 7, so I feel nothing about this anymore.
You know,
I saw
fair.
Jeepers Creepers when I was like 4.
Oh no!
Where did he get those papers?
She,
Is that after some panic, they end up devising a plan to find them, involving splitting up into teams with nets, cattle prods, and a new doohickey that Ash had created to detect motion.
the really big canned air, compressed air cannon.
yeah, I can click and show it up. That's a proton. Oh wait, no, it's not a proton pack. That's the.
I think this came out before Proton Packs, actually.
Leading to some very tense scenes of it being searched for. We focus on Ellen, Brett, and Parker in this
How does this thing
section.
work again?
It tracks microscopic changes in air density, apparently.
Right. Would that work? Wouldn't that pick up like anything that moves, including like bits of machinery and all the crap they have laying around the ship?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
But it's a movie, so we'll just go with
like
it.
I figured the like with hindsight and bullshit, and I wouldn't have thought about this. I figured the way to track this thing would be to like, I mean, even assuming the ship even had the means to do that, would be to like scan for life forms and then cycle out anything that wasn't one of them. Filter out,
Yeah, I don't know if they had the tech. To be
or
honest.
if that's even
But
something they would have thought of the writers.
a very tense scene with those aforementioned three, leading to another moment that scared the shit out of her.
Oh no, pussy!
Y'all are just being haters.
Where they do find a motion signature, track it to a cupboard, open it, and it's the ship's cat Jonesy. Which
In a jump scare, which Parker and Ellen get very annoyed at Brett because Brett lets the cat go rather than getting it in the net. He's like, "What? It's the cat." Like, yes, but now we might follow the cat again. And he gets sent off to go find Yeah, this is-
Jonesy.
this
They
is the
break
scene
through.
where I could clock what. Like, I haven't seen this movie, but this is the scene where I could clock what was about to happen.
And this is why you always have a buddy system, and even if you're annoyed at someone, you don't let them go by themselves.
Leading to a very, very tense and protracted scene of him walking about the corridors of the ship, calling for the cat. Eventually coming upon a room which, for whatever reason, is dripping water. Whatever reason.
There's so much water in this fucking ship.
We kept focusing on this one fucking scene in this water. It's like because he basically just holds his head under the dripping water, probably to calm it. He also just lets it get in his mouth, and like you don't know where that water's been. It's either like water that was used for coolant or was something dripping off from condensation, which was a lot of it.
Or it was the alien pissing.
Oh,
You
so
never
there's
know.
like a
It was
pipe
alien
that's
pissing.
broken.
Also, before anybody asks, I can't get rid of the Norden. It's happened. Oh, do you guys not see that?
No.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Is Norton antivirus in the room with us?
No, it's like your Norton protection has expired, but because the internet as a whole is fucking up right now, the X button isn't loading to exit out of the what's the word, to exit out of the window. Anyway, Avery, keep talking. Sorry.
Yeah, which then does eventually lead to Brett cornering Jonesy, who is Jonesy is very agitated, and Brett very soon discovers why. As he turns around to get the first full in hole.
Oh wait,
We'll say
there was the section where he found like the discarded skin of the alien.
Ah, yes,
All right.
shed, yes.
the molting. We'll say the way the alien drops down felt very mechanical, like it was on a rig, very clearly on a rig.
Yeah, very likely. But even though now you've seen it in
I guess it
seen
was
them
like
in
lowering it. Given it was all of its limbs were folded up, I assume it was like hanging by a tail and dropping down, but it did feel very artificial.
is now we've seen it in full. I can give you a fun fact about the gentleman who's in the suit of the xenomorph.
Ooh, do tell.
This is the only film he ever stars in.
He died.
Indeed, it is. No. This movie was produced in Pinewood Studios in the UK, which actually, a funny side tangent, led to Ridley Scott getting very, very annoyed with the British crew because of their frequent tea breaks.
All right.
That's a little side tangent. But they were trying to cast someone to be in the suit, and they were having a lot of trouble. They couldn't find anyone who was tall enough, but also thin enough that
Well, they
the
didn't
suit
find a
would look
slender man.
too bulky. But one day, I believe the casting director, maybe some of the other crew, were in a local pub where they found a gentleman who was just at the pub, a Nigerian gentleman who was about 7 foot tall and very slim. And they just asked him if he'd like to be in a movie, and he said yes.
I need to look up my name. You keep going. Oh, what the
There,
Why
fun.
did you bring that up?
Anyway, that's just a fun
trying to look
side
up.
gen.
I was trying to look up the name of the suit actor, and it brought up. I typed in thin suit actor, and it brought up Vincent D'Onofrio. That, that man is
I don't think
not
that's
thin.
Regarding
yeah.
this,
So leading to the reveal where Brett does end up being slain and dragged into the air.
It is also cut very fast, so you don't really see what happens. Avery, you might know this. Was the xenomorph when it showed up and was like probably freshly molted? Was it more white than in later scenes, or was that just the lighting?
It does appear paler in the early scenes, but I don't know if that's intended to be freshly malted or not. I'm afraid I'm not sure.
Regarding the scene where Brett bites it to the alien, I thought he was gonna get yoinked up into the ceiling because if you guys weren't like, if you guys saw it, there was like the chain hanging down from the ceiling, and like every time the like the scene cut from like Brett trying to get Jonesy back to like looking right behind him, I was like watching that fucking chain, waiting for there to be a second chain and be like, hey, wait a minute, that's different, and then just drag him away. But I think that's in another Alien movie, or maybe it was an Alien Isolation. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah, but some pretty spectacular prosthetics work on that suit, at least in my opinion. But with that, we cut to a scene where Parker is explaining to the rest of the crew that it's not a little like worm thing anymore. That it's now big.
It's not like they saw it. I assume they like found one guy's body.
Yeah, well, I don't think it makes much of a difference in this case, but yes. But just explain, this thing's big now? What the fuck do we do? And they come to the conclusion after some discussion that they're going to try and drive it into the airlock to flush it into space. With them grilling Ash about the best approach. Because, he's been studying the thing, he's like, oh, fuck. Most animals are scared of fire. We can try that. Leading to, again, one of the tenser scenes in the where after some discussion, Ellen does volunteer to go into the vents to be the one to do the driving, but Dallas overrides and takes the duty upon himself. He does have a trip to the ship's computer, to see if she can give him any advice, to which she has nothing to offer. And he does ask what chance. I guess the answer does not compute. That's a rough one.
I wish I could.
That's what I'm looking for.
Sorry, I'm looking around. I wish I could find a picture of. Oh wait, will it show the room? I want to show the room for where Dallas goes to sit down to ask his little questions, because I really like how that room looks. I'm hoping if I click on AI, it'll take me to a picture of the room. But we're gonna be waiting here 5,000 fucking. There we go. Okay, yeah, I really like how this room looks.
Yeah, the mother room.
Is it giving mother?
You've been waiting on that like this the entire time we've been doing this.
What if I told you I was not?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
In chat, I want you to put up
Okay.
Regarding the suit actor.
Okay.
This is a different suit actor I wanted to share.
Open link. Let's visit site. There we go.
Yeah, so this is the Javier Bodade. He plays a lot of modern horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
This is talk about the thin, tall suit actor. That made me think of this because he has this condition that makes him all slender like this, and he will literally play characters that are so thin that people think that it's CG, but no, it's just him in a suit. Abraham Lincoln actually had the same condition he has, and that's why Abe Lincoln was so tall and spindly.
Interesting.
That is a. You know what? That's too low hanging. I was gonna be like, oh, that's a slender man, but that.
He's played him. I'm pretty sure he's played him.
Oh shit! Really?
I need to look up what roles y'all can keep talking.
Okay, yeah, first.
So he played
Slender.
the mother in Barbarian. Yeah, he played Slender Man in the 2018 movie Slender Man.
Shit.
But continuing, after this leads us at the very tense scene of Dallas crawling through the air ducts. closing the junctions behind him as Lambert tracks both his position and the creature's position.
A very tiny screen.
Yeah.
Yep. Very much so.
Very small screen.
It was at a very long, tense scene. Eventually, after losing the creature on the tracker for a moment, realizes after it's been picked back up that it's heading straight forward. He tries to run.
In the wrong direction.
Is not successful. And fun fact,
Yeah.
there is actually a deleted scene where Ellen Ripley discovers him still alive
Oh.
Oh.
in the ship, but he's been cocooned to the wall.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Because originally, the alien was going to make more eggs out of him, was the original idea. And in this deleted scene, he begged her to kill him, and she kills him with a flame.
Yeah, don't they bring this up, or don't they have something like that in a later movie?
Alien versus Predator, yeah.
Oh.
I
meant a good movie.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah,
you asked if it happened in a later movie. It does. Just not a good one.
And also another side note. In earlier versions of the movie, Dallas and Ellen were actually an item.
Oh, they aren't? Like
I don't
in this version of the movie they aren't, no. But the fact that you but I know they weren't really an item fucking. But my point still stands. But that's why you can see in this movie still that you can see in some scenes that there is a bit of that vibe going, because that's just kind of remnants from that earlier version.
Mm.
Yeah, because I've been looking at this. The thing is that, like in the earlier version, Avery's talking about there was more casual sex going on, but through everybody on the entire ship.
Holy fucking shit!
Yeah,
the future, baby. But anyway,
Gene Roddenberry would be proud.
It was also made in like what? Early 1990s or late 1980s?
This was 79.
Oh, okay. So, sorry.
That's true.
For some reason, I thought it was like came out like the 80s.
Aliens came out in the 80s.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Aliens was 80s.
And if you pronounce this movie with an S in it anywhere, Laura will kill you with impunity. Avery will kill you with impunity.
So yeah, I was just gonna say, this is like an adult movie. Like I forget its exact rating. Is it rated R?
It is rated R.
Was this before rated R was a thing?
It was just about when that was becoming a thing.
So it was also like at the time, and you saw like a period from like the late 70s and well into the 90s and even the early 2000s a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I guess it's not universal culture, but it was like a thing in America and the UK and even like Canada and little other Western places, was like, not to say like things were getting raunchier, but it was like more vulgar, more, it's like, this is what the culture is about. It's about like being, it's about like free will and expression of like, you're able to swear in anything. There's a lot more sex, there's a lot more violence, and that was kind of like what kind of defined a lot of pop culture at the time. And then we've had this weird pseudo religious like censorship purity purge in the last 10 years, where everything needs to be family friendly, everything needs to be good, upstanding Christian values, even though it's like nothing involves actual Christianity, but they're using that as a smokescreen. And it's like, I'm on a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was gonna bring up like a similar well, not similar situation, but just to bring it Netflix. I feel like how do I put this? Back in the day, uh, like it would be like, oh, this show is rated this, like if it was a kids cartoon or something, but then you like sit down and watch the kids cartoon and it's like I would bump it up a age rating, probably. This is not Y7, this is maybe G. I don't know
What
where
are
I
you
was
talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I have a funny story about this.
Mhm.
There's a Green Lantern movie, an animated movie called Green Lantern Emerald Knights.
Mhm.
Uh, that movie and our local Family Video, before Family Video went under due to the pandemic, they had Green Lantern Emerald Knights in the kids section, like the baby kids section, where they just sort of put all the animated movies. Because what the fuck did they know? Green Lantern Emerald Knights begins with a female Green Lantern being violently lacerated with dark matter
Oh no.
or the antimatter, and screaming the whole time and bleeding.
It's the same energy as I remember going to like Family Video and like Blockbuster and seeing like fucking seeing Watership Down
Yep.
in the children's section. And
And
it's
he's
just
like, no, no,
because
no, 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 no.
people are like, oh, it's animated, it's for kids. And it's like, oh boy, no, 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 no. I remember even seeing like fucking and I guess kids watch it now, but I remember seeing like Family Guy in the kids section
Oh my Satan.
because they're like, oh, it's a cartoon.
Yeah. It's all
Oh,
yeah.
Well, while we're on this scene, the scene where the xenomorph pops out for a split second and kills Dallas. Like, two things. I didn't expect the xenomorph to sound like this. I guess I don't really have a standard idea of what they sound like nowadays. The screech they let out is very crunchy and almost kind of generic by today's standards.
Yeah,
It's like very shrill and non-distinct.
yeah, aren't the alien noises that we hear today, like in an alien movie, like aren't they like clicks?
That's the
Not really.
Predators.
Okay. I got him confused. I was thinking of Predator.
Yeah, I was trying to look up the exact sound file that the aliens made in this movie, but I couldn't find it because everything on YouTube is the modern rendition of that. I want the old shitty sounding one. And the other thing I wanted to say was, I like, it was a tense scene. It was very well shot. And, you don't see a lot of it. What you do see, I felt, was a little undercut just by me being immature, because it looked like the alien just did jazz hands.
It did a little
Surprise,
bit.
bitch!
Also, if I may state, this was not a great idea. Like there had to be like a way on the ship to flush it out of the air, out of the shafts, without you having to go into the shaft.
If you control the airflow in the air shaft, what you could do is just light a fire at the bottom
Yeah.
and then just suck the air through the top.
Yeah, or like, how do I put this? Get your spacesuits on, lock yourself in one room, and then depressurize everything.
That is one way to do it.
Anyway, Avery, moving on. So Avery, we could get through this.
Is that leading to the untimely death of Dallas? At this
Most
point,
heroes.
everyone's, apart from Ripley, because she's the only competent one left, really,
Mhm.
is freaking the fuck out. Lambert's just here like, let's go, just get on the please.
Sweatiest, bug-eyed motherfucker.
But Ellen manages to kind of pull everyone back together,
Snap out of it.
at least for a moment, and decides to get teams of Lambert and Parker and her and Ash to continue the plan as before. Well, not exactly as before, but to kind of seal off vents and bulkheads and kind of trap it in one section of the ship and then vent that section of the ship to space.
This is probably just me thinking of things, but seeing the way the vents were made made me also nod and go, ah, yes, the symbolism, the anus vents.
Yeah, between the air vents, like not to be like, oh, this movie is unrealistic, but I feel like between Mission Impossible, and between the Bruce Willis movie,
Die Hard.
Die Hard, people get a bad idea of how big air vents in buildings are. As someone who has had to repair air vents, you can't fit in an air vent.
I remember.
Yeah,
Unless it is a massive air vent, you cannot fit in it. It's like a foot.
These are like Jeffrey's tubes in Star Trek. Like Dallas is able to walk in them, kind of crouched over. And I also wonder what the prop was they were using for the flamethrower. Were they just using an actual flamethrower?
I think they might have been.
I think they were, yeah.
Oh wait, hang on. There's a
It's like in the Terminator, how they got the effect of like the Terminator's jacket catching on fire was to light Arnold Schwarzenegger on fire.
Sorry,
I mean, same.
Flamethrower scene in the film was designed by the production designer Roger Christian, according to Phil Ray. The large... Yeah, I think this was just straight up a flamethrower. Huh. Yeah, no, that's a Sigourney Weaver test firing one of the flamethrowers.
I mean, I certainly hope they had training with this, because I just kept looking at that thing as Dallas is squatting through the fucking air duct, this open flame directly in front of him.
If Scary Movie parodied Alien, there would be a scene of the Dallas stand-in setting himself on fire on accident, and then the alien just watching, and then him getting blamed for it. I was like, fuck, I was gonna say something after Chris said. Chris, what did you talk about, like, a few seconds ago?
Air vent.
Oh yeah, okay. So there is a horror movie called The ABCs of Death, where in the first movie, it's an anthology. No, it's an anthology like horror movie where each letter is a different like little like short movie. And the first one in the first movie, I think the first one in the first movie is A for Assassination, where this like amateur assassin who is going on his first job like has like this fantasy on how the assassin mission will go, and then he gets to it and he gets into the air vents, and the air vents are gross, they're nasty, there are stray pieces of metal sticking out, and it basically ends with him like going off like accidentally going off the side, like falling down like a long air vent and like breaking his neck essentially. And then it ends with like the person that he's trying to assassinate, a mob boss, being like, "Hey, yo, this room stinks for some reason," and one of his mafiosos going over to the air vent and like them like fucking with it, and the body of the assassin comes flopping out and shooting him in the head. But yeah, sorry, Avery, I'll let you keep talking.
It's all right.
Watched a hentai movie
But
recently that involved a pair of it.
but during this kind of plan, Ash and Ripley have a big falling out
Mhm.
after discovering that Ash still can't tell her anything. So she decides to go to Mother herself with the
Well,
kind
she
of
has the
captain's
clearance
code.
now. She's because she has she's
Yeah,
in
she's
charge now by default.
she's the senior officer on. So she then discovers that there is a secret order 937, which is an order to reroute their course, to retrieve the specimen, all other priorities secondary, crew expendable. And upon discovering this, she has a very well just crash out.
Mhm.
Well, then Ash shows up right next to her,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
she tries to beat the shit
Teleports
out
in
of him,
behind her.
but he is way stronger.
Yeah, as like Ripley is like sitting there in disbelief, Ash like pops in the frame and it's like, "Uh oh, girly pop, you just learned a secret that you're not supposed to know about."
But like you, the audience sees him before she does, so she freaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leading into a scene where Ash attempts to trap and kill Ripley. Notably, because there's a lot of symbolism here. Notably, by trying to choke her with pornography.
Okay, so that's what he. Okay, so that's what was. I was very confused. Like, did you roll up magazines and you're trying to choke her with them?
Yeah.
Did you not see the background?
Well, yes, I did see the background. I was just. I was
Yeah,
Sorry. I was just.
Go on,
Oh, yeah, Beth, you go first. I'll finish my thought.
Yeah, he basically wound it as tight as he could because for reasons we'll get into later, wound it as tight as he absolutely could and tried to ram it down her throat. It would choke her. I assumed that with his advanced strength, he would have been able to like break her neck with it or something.
Okay.
But yeah, choke first.
Yeah. That like I was. I did not realize that it was like bound so tightly, like the magazines were bound together so tightly. Like it like I was like I was thinking, wouldn't the paper, wouldn't like the magazine just kind of like get soggy in Ripley's mouth?
Not before it would have.
Yeah, that would save her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she'd be dead before that would be a problem.
I'm
It's like if someone's
Magazine
choking on a
paper's like a
piece of
sponge.
food. Someone's choking on a piece of food. Don't worry, you're choking on a cracker. Don't worry, like the moisture in your throat will soften the cracker and you'll be fine. Yeah, not before you run out of air.
okay. Look, it has been. I'm a dumbass. That is what has been determined before. I am a dumbass.
Yeah, but luckily to the rescue come Lambert and Parker, discovering that Ash is way stronger than a man his be.
Ashby grabbing Parker's titty a little too hard.
Okay. Here's something I want to know: was Ash sweating or bleeding?
Bleeding.
Yeah, I think
He was
Okay, that's what I figured.
bleeding from the previous altercation with Ripley, where she slammed him against the wall.
yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
As a leading to Parker knocking his goddamn head off with a fire extinguisher.
As like all three of them are fighting this guy off, and none of them can get it until he gets slammed in the head with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that was a little weird. How like oh this man is reinforced, and then you could just take his head off. Seems like a design flaw, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, joints. That's where the weakest point would be.
But after quote unquote killing Ash, Ripley insists on bringing him back at least temporarily to ask
Well,
him
wait,
some
we didn't
questions.
explain what happened.
Oh yeah, Ash is a goddamn robot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ash's head got
Like-
knocked off, and it turns out he's an android.
And his body keeps moving after they knock his head off until they incapacitate the body too, and it's just like bleeding white everywhere, which is like I kind of knew that because I've seen Prometheus and they did that in Prometheus but worse. But like I did notice the way that Ash was drinking the same white substance that keeps him that I guess is the only substance that
I
keeps
guess
his
it's
body
like
running.
it could be like a coolant or a lubricant. We're not 100% sure what
I-
it exactly is. To be honest.
I basically just imagine it's an all-purpose stuff that like it keeps his body functioning, it acts as blood and coolant and all that stuff.
I'm sticking with the thought process that all androids in this in the Alien universe are powered by milk, because I think that would be funny.
Okay, they come, but sure.
It's a trope I've noticed. Yeah, I think it's like on TV tropes as well. But it's a trope that like villainous characters drinking milk or milk-like substances
I mean, that
is
might be because of Clockwork
weirdly
Orange.
common. Is like a weird. It started before Clockwork Orange, but yeah, Clockwork Orange is one of the most famous examples. Where it's like it's a weirdly common thing of just people drinking milk and they like are villains or are like at least villainous aligned or like morally
Milk, it does
dubious.
about bad.
Yeah. Is that they do revive the head of Ash, and goes on.
I want to talk about the head because it was funny the way they show the internals of the android and all the weird spherical stuff in it, and then they have the separated head that looks like very much like a prosthetic, the way that would slip on with the neck skin sticking out, and they kept trying to set it up. It kept flopping over, and then it cuts to the scene where it's very clearly Ash's actor with his head sticking up through the table, and only then is the head sitting up straight. And then in the scene afterwards, it's back to flopping over again.
Because they didn't make the prop stable.
Yeah. But then he goes on a little. Oh, you already know everything about the mission. Mother told you, kind of deal. And just goes on about, oh, it's the perfect organism. I admire it. It hasn't conscience or remorse or delusions of morality. And it ends off with, have my fees, and then Parker fucking roasts the cunt.
After they shut it off and leave, Parker
After shut it off
back.
and leave, Parker goes back and like, nah, I'm not taking any
you.
chances.
There's also the scene when they turn it on. When they turn it on, the head starts pumping whatever fluid that's in it, and that means that Ash's actor has to spit out all this white substance. Which I wonder what it was they used for that.
Probably milk.
I don't think that was milk. It looked like something that had like cornstarch in it, or at least what was on his face. It was like different viscosity than milk, or different. Maybe it was like watered down milk.
Maybe.
Possibly. But it leading to now they're down another crew member who turned out to be a traitorous android. At this point, they're like, okay, let's just get the fuck out of Dodge and blow this place to smithereens. But you know what? Fair. And Ellen goes off to prep the shuttle while Lambert and Parker go and gather, because apparently they need coolant for the life support system. So they go off and are told to grab as much as they can carry. There's 10 of them kind of huddled with Parker with a flamethrower and Lambert piling bottles onto a trolley.
I do find it odd that the storage tanks for the coolant didn't have a flat bottom.
If I had an answer, I'd give you one. But they do have an unfortunate run-in with, guess who? The Xenomorph.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Foxworthy.
With Lambert frozen in fear in between it and Parker, with Parker repeatedly telling her to get out of the way so he could torch it with his flamethrower.
Oh, I thought the alien was between the two of them, and he was telling her to get out of the way, but she had nowhere else to go because she was like cornered. And
No,
he wasn't shooting the flamethrower because she would have been cooked.
No, she was in between it and him.
Oh. I thought it was the other way around. Like the alien was between the two.
I thought Lambert was up against a wall.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, the sequence was.
Because the guy gets behind the alien, and then the alien uses its tail to grab him.
Oh, right, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after she's
she's
unable to get out of the way, he kind of lunges at it to try and, save her. He gets swatted aside and quickly taken care of.
I want to talk about this scene because I could not take it seriously. The way it's all cut so fast, you barely see what happens. I'm sure, whatever. I'm pretty sure he gets killed by the alien jabbing it with its inner mouth. Is that what happened?
Yes.
I think so.
It
Yeah.
all happened so fast. The thing that takes me out of that scene is the fact that the alien hits it with his inner mouth, and it makes like a meat punching sound.
Fair enough.
Pull the fuck up.
And
like he cartoon sound effected him to death.
And this is not a fan theory, but rather macabrely, people are pretty certain that there's no real polite way of putting this.
Yeah,
That
I think
Lambert was fucked to death.
Yeah, you basically just see the tail going up her leg. I assumed he killed it. The xenomorph killed her with the tail.
Yep, and with the noises and then the fact the corpse later when Ellen discovers it, she is no longer wearing trousers.
Yikes.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry,
Symbolism.
Xenopedia exploded, so no more pictures.
Thank you, Amazon.
We'll finish the review on this page.
Let me see.
But with discovering those corpses, with the self-destruct already being on, Ellen did have also, while this was happening, went out to look for the cat. I should also add.
Or a lookup. What the hell is this? I'll post a link.
Okay.
Let me just go off that alien anthology document.
There we go.
But she finds the cat, finds the corpses of the other two, and
Also
as it has...
working.
It's not working.
I think this is you. It works for me.
No, it just opened.
There you go.
Which is weird considering you're not having any communications with, Discord. But anyway. So after discovering the corpses, she has another little crash out where she's like, okay, I'm going to go see if I can turn off the self-destruct, which has a 10-minute timer and a 5-minute timer for if it can be disabled.
I thought
Prometheus.
she tried to get to the ship and the alien was between the two, and then she tried to she went back to try and turn it off, but despite turning it off in time,
No,
Mother
you are correct.
kept going.
No, you
Yeah,
are correct.
she turned it off just a second too late. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
literally a second too late. Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, personally, I think so. The countdown only started when she finally got the the box open, in the floor, and the fact that she was able to get that turned off, but she still had to go and raise what's the word? Raise the levers.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, that seems kind of like a design flaw. She should have gotten that win.
Yeah, well, at which point she smashes one of the screens calling Mother a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not really a design flaw because you have 5 minutes to turn it off. She's just tried doing it the last second.
So I'm just scrolling down to see if there are any other pictures that I can find.
So ends up running back to the shuttle, just praying.
She also left the cat in the hallway, and the alien had an interaction with the cat, but the cat stayed in the box. By the time she came back, the cat was still in the box. Okay.
Yeah. I think because I think what it is because they are a parasitic species, they inspected the cat but deemed that it was too small to be a host. Is the thinking on that?
Are you gonna eat that?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I guess there's a deleted scene, but like, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4 people that could have been hosts that it didn't use as hosts and killed anyway.
This is the guy who like introduced Tom Scott. She looks like Tom Scott.
Yeah, Tom Scott. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I'm on top of a hill. I'm at risk of being sued. I am not inside of a nuclear reactor. So what was it? I was looking at something about the cat. The way they got the cat to react the way it did, with hissing when it needed to, was they would just put a dog in a cage in front of
it. Amazing. Oh, here. Hey, here's the jazz hands. Isn't this it?
Come give your grandmother a kiss.
But then they said she turns tail and runs back to the shuttle because she's like, well, even if the alien's in the way, I'm kind of going to die either way, so...
They did mention earlier that they said, like, oh, the shuttle won't support 4 people. But they fit the entire crew in it earlier.
I think what they mean is different shuttle, and even if it wasn't, I think they probably would have been fine for a short period, but for long-term getting back to civilization, there's a different story.
Yeah, it might have been able to fit maybe 3 people in there, and they would have, like I said, draw straws. But with Ash out of the way, they probably could have all settled the shuttle.
Yeah, so she runs back to the shuttle, picking up Jonesy along, noticing that the box was in a different position, I think, so it probably did poke the box around, but didn't actually harm the cat. And gets to the shuttle.
No, you're cool.
Thinks that she's in the clear, gets it closed, gets away from the exploding ship.
That was a pretty powerful explosion because I noticed on the hatch it talked about how the explosion was nuclear.
Yeah, the ship was powered by a nuclear reactor.
Oh yeah,
3 shockwaves.
Ripley should be dead.
No,
spaceships have radiation shield. They kind of need to have that.
Yeah.
Oh, this probably explains all the. If it was a nuclear reactor, that explains all the water. That's coolant water.
Which, if that's the case, you should not be bathing in it. You should not be drinking it.
Actually, in most modern nuclear reactors, the coolant water isn't radioactive because it's a two-loop system.
It's like a what's the word? It's like a water cooler for a PC.
I still wouldn't drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got good medicine in the future. What can I say? Anyway, so she winds down, puts the cat in the cryo tube, begins to take off her jumpsuit and everything to prepare to go into cryo sleep herself.
Put on a fresh
Is it
pair. Put on a fresh brawn panties because Jesus Christ.
Well,
Is it
no,
too
she
fun?
just had the one. Had the one. She just had the one she was wearing.
Oh.
Two fun facts about this scene. One, Sigourney Weaver wanted to do it naked, but was told no because of reasons. And two, Sigourney Weaver had pubic hair appropriate for the 70s at the time
Oh.
and refused to shave it. So, for the final cut of the movie, they had to meticulously, frame by frame, airbrush her pubes out in that scene.
See,
Okay,
I remember somebody made a. I remember somebody made
it's interesting that you know this. There.
What are you talking
I
about?
know-
This is pretty common knowledge.
I know so much trivia about this movie.
Like even I know that. I remember
You're not
somebody
helping
made a
his
Dracula flow meme. Somebody made a Dracula flow meme where it's like I'm tripping so hard I'm opening my third eye to imagine the alien pubic hair.
Chris, if it makes you
They did a Blu-ray remaster recently, and there were jokes of people were like, "Put the pubes back in."
full bush,
Draw them back on.
Chris, if it makes you feel better, I didn't know this piece of trivia.
Yeah, but after winding down, she does discover that it's on the shuttle.
This is something I actually really liked. The way, like when she finds it, it just reaches its hand out when she finds it, and the way it is curled up in a certain part of the ship makes the top of its head look like the tubes
pipe.
that are already on the ship.
Yeah. Now,
This is why she didn't know it.
question: was the alien eepy at this point? Is that why it didn't like fully come out of the tubing to attack Ripley?
It did just eat 2 meals. So
Yeah, it could just be
so
that
my assumption
it was full, or it was tired.
My assumption is that, like, the thing got on the shuttle, it knew what it was doing. I think it was just curled up because it was going to be hibernating. It knew it was in for a long flight. It was just going to curl up there and wait.
What's the name of those like reactions when like you're trying to go to sleep, but then your body's like, "Hey, your heart's going down too hard. Let's jolt you awake."
Or
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember.
I'm imagining that's what happened to the alien. That's what fucked it over at the end. Because if it didn't reach its hand out, Ripley would not have known about it being on the ship.
Yeah, but
you see a lot of brass crack in this movie.
I mean, if it was as she wanted, would have been a lot more.
Hapnic jerk. It's called a hapnic jerk.
I'm having a haptic jerk right now.
But she retreats into a closet, that happens to have a spacesuit in it.
As one does.
And after having
Or
a
do you have
moment,
experience with going back into the club?
and has after a moment apparently to think, climbs into the spacesuit, grabs a harpoon gun, loads it, steps out, straps herself in, does something with the pipes where it was to make it move, whilst singing to herself, "You are my lucky star." No doubt to try and keep herself calm, because, slightly terrifying situation to be in.
Lucky Star does calm me down as well. It's one of my comfort animes.
Same.
Hey!
But then opens the fucking airlock to blast the fucker out into space. It clings on, she knocks it out of the ship with the harpoon gun, but the harpoon gun gets caught on the closing door. It begins to try and climb into one of the thrusters, but she turns on, blasting the fucker out into space. In one of probably the goofiest that the alien in the suit ever looks in the movie.
I did also find the spacesuit she's in to look a bit goofy because the hands, the gloves are like fucking sausages. Looks like the fucking Michelin Man.
That's
that's
actually
kind
not
of what
far off.
spacesuits look like.
Yeah.
Sometimes spacesuits straight up have mittens.
Yeah.
Because instead of having multiple fingers, you just do the fingers all in one glove and then the thumb.
What would have
No,
made
actually, you're mistaken. She singing the song from Katamari Damacy, "Lonely Rolling Star."
what would have made the scene goofier is if they spliced in a Wilhelm scream, like while the alien was getting
Goofy
blasted away.
scream.
Yes, yeah, the Wilhelm scream. No, well that too. But Star Wars hadn't existed yet, so the Wilhelm scream did not exist yet. I don't know.
Yes, it did.
Well,
No, it didn't.
Yes, the fucker was blasted out into space, and we cut to
or,
Ellen Ripley
or
signing off after recording the events of what just transpired onto the ship's recorder. And then we get to
or I've been looking at the trivia for this movie. They literally cited Star Wars in 2001 as inspirations for it.
No, Star Wars didn't exist until
That movie was
It was
until
the
Disney bought it.
first Star Wars was in
What are you talking about? Star Wars Episode 1 came out in 1999.
What are you talking about? Star Wars: A New Hope did not come out May 25th, 1977, and I'm doing a really weird bit right now.
But then that was the movie.
And Ripley would continue the movie series, as I said before, being like, "Oh, don't do it." And then a company is like, "We're gonna do it." And then Ripley's like, "Oh my god," and having to continue to fight aliens throughout
Because
this
the real
fucking
villain
series
is capitalism.
So,
Hey, Avery.
I
Avery,
could
talk
tell.
about the alternate ending.
I don't remember this one.
The one that the ending that they changed from the original ending. Talking about the original ending.
Oh, I don't. What was the original ending? Fuck.
The original ending was the xenomorph bites Ripley's head off and then does that recording in her voice.
That's awful.
Yeah, I didn't remember that one. But final thoughts. Even though I could tell by your silence through most of the movie that you seem to be quite engaged, Aura.
Yeah. I was pretty engaged.
It took him a minute.
Yeah, no, it was a good movie. Alien is just overall a good movie. Uh, and uh, I don't know what else to say. It's a good movie. It introduces the xenomorph. It starts the Alien franchise, which I think the first two movies are good, but then it just goes downhill from there. I've heard good things
I
about
am a
Alien Earth.
defender. I am a defender of Alien 3, but I'm not among the majority.
Is that the one with the human hybrid?
No, that's Resurrection. That's 4.
Alien 3 is
That
the
one. That
one.
one.
Uh, oh no, this is a different one. Yeah, no, I've only seen somebody review Alien Resurrection because that's the one where they resurrect Ripley by cloning her, right?
Correct.
Wow, that sounds stupid.
It was.
It is.
Okay, or the responded
It
to
was.
something in chat. I need to put this image up.
It was a Jess Whedon script. So.
Oh, spot.
Oh.
Okay, hang on. Give me a second. Open link.
Yeah. Okay, so this is this is the scene I was looking out for because this is the toy for Generation 1 Shockwave, and they like painted up a couple of these and used them as props. You can kind of see they're hanging off the arm. I was looking for that scene and missed it.
It's not in this. This I believe is in Alien.
Shit. Fuck, this movie sucks now.
Hang on. Let me.
Actually, wait. When did Aliens come out?
Aliens was 1986.
That makes sense because Transformers was in the 1980s. Okay.
Beth watching the whole movie. I wonder why Transformers aren't showing up.
What are you talking about? This movie takes place in like 2080 whatever. Why don't they have G1 toys?
But yeah, Beth, what?
Yeah, the Shockwave toy was released in 1985.
There's Beth, what did you think of Alien? This is your first time watching it, right?
Yeah, but pretty much said everything.
Chris, this is like your third
I have
time
nothing to
watching.
add.
Chris, this is your third time watching Alien. What did you think?
It's a classic horror movie for a reason. It's got some nitpicks. It's got a little bit like some plot weirdness or a little bit of plot holes, but it's like it's easily forgivable because it's a good movie.
We have like 30, 50 years of foresight.
Yeah.
And I gave my opinion at the very beginning of the episode, so I won't.
Well,
I gave my opinion by meticulously memorizing everything about this franchise. I don't like it very much.
I gave my opinion by by recognizing that Sigourney Weaver was supposed to have full bush at the end of the movie, but they had to airbrush it out.
Ridley Scott was like, "Can you please shave?" And she went, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, fine. We'll have to spend." Apparently, it cost like $6,000 to get the airbrushing work done.
Call that
It would cost $0 to leave it in.
Call that a Sigourney Beaver.
Capitalism.
Hey.
Hey,
I mean, yeah.
hang on.
It works.
Oh, actually, one last trivia bit. It's Alien was kind of Sigourney Weaver's jumping off point to be a major actor in a lot of things. Is what?
Oh yeah, she had a few small roles, but this was her first big role.
Yeah.
You know, another fun fact about Sigourney Weaver is 5'11" or 6 foot, which for a woman, very tall.
Yeah.
And she showed up to the audition in 5-inch heels and a pencil skirt.
That's hot.
Yeah, am I auditioning for the alien?
Sorry, I thought I saw it at the beginning of like no, not plot. Somewhere in this wiki it said like, oh wait, I think it was when I clicked on Ripley. Let's see. That is so weird. I thought I saw somewhere it was like, hey, Ripley was Sigourney Weaver's like first like main role because
I mean, you're right.
yeah. I just don't remember where I saw
I was
it.
looking up I think is it Ian Holm? Is that how you say his last name? Is plays Ash?
Ian, plays Ash. Yeah.
He plays Bilbo Baggins in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
And has played Napoleon in apparently 3 separate unrelated movies. The guy just keeps getting cast as Napoleon.
I mean, if it's short.
They saw him do it once, and we're just like, oh, he smashed it. Let's get him for another one.
Say his name again.
Ian Holm.
Ian.
I was in The Fifth Element too.
But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna be watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see it. I'm looking at an old picture of him as older, and yeah, I see it.
But yeah, tune in if everything's been said. Tune in next time where we I don't know what we're gonna be watching next. Scary Godmother.
We review Aliens by just watching the movie with two copies of the movie playing at the same time next to each other, so it's plural aliens.
I guess tune in next time when we watch Aliens next. Who knows?
I don't know if we're gonna do that, but
Oh,
we'll probably find other Halloween things to watch.
I mean, this Alien, this like franchise August wouldn't it, but you know.
Well, yeah. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh no, the chest burster! Ah!